Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I wanted to show you a quick tutorial of my furniture makeover that I did with chalk paint. So here's a couple of things that I purchased at my local Home Depot. I went and got the Rust-O-Lium chalk paint, ultra matte paint in the color aged gray. Also went and picked up some decorative finishing wax in clear for the finishing coat. I got some Rust-Oleum matte hammered spray paint for the handles because we're just going to spray over the existing handles. I picked up a Woodster Pro nylon polyester brush for all paint types. There is a specific brush that you can use for chalk paint, but I went and got this one instead. And I also picked up a microfiber rag from the dollar store for the wax at the end. So yeah, if you want to see how I achieved this project, just keep watching. So here's what the dresser looks like before. And the first thing I'm going to do is just go and take off all the handles from the dresser. Don't mind the camera view because I didn't realize my head got cut off and my butt is going to be all in the camera, so you can enjoy that view for a few. So now that all of the handles are off the dresser, I am going to spray paint them with my Rust-Oleum matte hammered spray paint. I just went outside for this. I mean, I painted my dressers inside my house, but the spray paint, nah, I took that stuff outside. So just laid some newspaper down in like an old box that I had and sprayed away. Seriously? Alright, well, now that that is gone, next I took some warm water and soap with a wet rag and a dry rag, wet rag, dry rag, and just went and wiped down the entire dresser, making sure I got all the dirt off, any like sticky stuff that was on there. Just wipe it down really good. Another thing that I liked about this project is that there's no sanding required. I didn't need to sand anything. I didn't need to strip any paint. I didn't need to do any of that. Just needed to give the dresser a good wipe down and just started painting right over top. So now that the entire dresser is wiped off, I just went and pulled out the drawers and wiped down the inside as well. Alright, so now that that's done, we can paint. I'm trying to get the lighting good because it was so bright you couldn't see the can, but I told you what it was in the beginning. It's Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the color aged gray. So what I'm gonna do, because when you put the drawers back into this dresser, you can kind of see the trim. So I'm just gonna go over it with a little bit of paint. I really didn't need to go like too crazy into detail because you ain't really gonna see it. But you did see the color difference when I put the drawers back in. So I'm going to just paint the trim and then go back and paint the entire dresser. Right, boom, there goes the trim. So now I'm gonna just turn the dresser sideways so that you guys can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to do my first coat all around the dresser. So you kind of want to go in the same direction with this paint, and you want to go in small sections because it does dry really fast. I know I had mentioned earlier in my video too that there are specific paintbrushes that you can use for chalk paint. Annie Sloan is a popular one. I don't know if you can get that one at Home Depot, maybe probably at Lowe's, but there's Annie Sloan. Bear also makes a paintbrush for chalk paint. It's like a round buffering brush, and they also have a brush for the wax as well, but I just decided to go with this regular old paintbrush because it still did the job, and the other paintbrushes that are specific for the chalk paint were actually more expensive than the paint itself. So beggars can't be choosers, and we're gonna just work with what we got. And voila, that is the first coat of paint, and it's already dry, and that was only literally like 15 minutes in between, so it does dry pretty fast. That's why I had mentioned earlier to work in small sections, because that paint does dry mighty quick. So I just went and plopped all the drawers back into the dresser, and now I'm going to paint all the drawers. So that is one coat around the entire dresser. I'm trying to pull the damn drawer open, and it's dry. It's only been about 15 minutes and it's already dry. So now I'm going to go and do a second coat around the entire thing one more time, and it's going to look very beautiful at the end. Also, if you noticed in the beginning of my video when I showed you what kind of paint I had, it wasn't a huge like gallon of paint. So to use 2 coats around this piece, and this was a pretty big piece, I only used about a quarter, maybe a little less than half of paint. So yeah, this paint goes a long way. I do have one more piece that I have to finish, but yes, I still have paint left over. Yay! So we finished painting 2 coats, and it looks really nice. Now we're gonna go in with the decorative finishing wax from Bear in clear, and I'm gonna take my microfiber rag and buffer it into the piece. So it's been drying for about an hour and a half now. I let it dry a little bit longer because if it's still kind of wet and you put wax on it, you can potentially pull the paint off, and we didn't want that. So what we're gonna do is just take the rag, dip it in the wax, and then buffer it onto the piece, and it's going to seal the paint. It won't give it like a satin look, it's just gonna, you know, make it look nice. So yeah. So here's the before, and here's the finished look. I love the way this piece came out. It was one of the bigger pieces that I did, so it took a little longer, but it was super easy to do. It was super inexpensive, and if you guys liked watching the video, you can give it a thumbs up, leave some comments down below, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.